What's going on? Today we're going through the best and worst tattoo TikToks I can find. Let's jump into it. Let's get into the chaos right away. Okay, I've got a cousin I don't like very much, and this feels like a tattoo he would have. Just like him, I don't like this tattoo, but for different reasons, okay? Whenever anybody does anything like this, I just want to see the tattoo when it's like out and about, real normal. And like without this like filtery thing crossing through. Because the reality is it's probably just don't look good, you know? It looks like a bunch of like half in, half out tones of neon coloring. Because neon colors are not meant to be tattooed, they end up just looking real weak. I've seen neon tattooing a bunch in my life. I've seen it done a bunch on the internet, and every single time I see it, it's a disappointment. So I really wish it would just die as tattoos, because it's just like not an interesting way of doing tattoos, because what's interesting about tattoo is making it look good for a long time. And this is just like how much of a reel for Instagram can you make? Not into it, can't wait for it to go away, but it's not going away anytime soon because people, I don't know, people want it, I guess. On to the next. Okay, so we got a Dragon Ball Z tattoo. Get after it, but this tattoo is not a good tattoo. What struck me as interesting about this particular design is that weird muted color on the belly. Like that teal and that blue I've seen before, hate them together. They don't really look that good. The teal could probably look all right for a while, but this purple to blue to gray combo, oh my God. I just do not understand why someone thinks that a muted color palette like this is ever going to look good. I've got a client who asked me for like this really awful pink tone of a tattoo. And I did it, but I told her, I was like, hey, this is a bad color. It's almost white. You know, like this tattoo will fade. And I've had to touch that thing up twice now, and I am not tattooing it again. Because I told her, I was like, hey, it's an ugly peach color. Hard to make look nice. It just isn't, if it doesn't last, it doesn't last. And that's kind of how I feel about this purple, grayish, whitish stuff. It's like that tattoo's gonna fade away into nothing in 4.01 seconds. And it's like, then why are we doing it, you know? This girl's gonna have to put a big traditional tattoo over this thing just to cover it up, just to make up for this thing that is there. And the body position is really rough. It's really hard to see and look at. You know, it looks very phallic, like a little swooping dragon pecker, you know? Bad body positioning for a tattoo too. All around mistakes. Next, okay. As a person who lives here in Mexico, as a tat lord here in Mexico, I've had to do quite a few God's eyes. And man, oh man, do I dislike God's eyes. So I put mom. You know, that's fine. Ain't got no hate on the cover up, which isn't really a cover up. It's more of just like a rework. And I'm in, because God's eyes, in case you don't know what a God's eyes is, it's like a little stone that has white and then a blue dot. So it's called the God's eye, and it looks exactly like that. And they make the worst tattoos, and people gobble them up like a fat kid on Halloween, and I just don't get it. Because every single time I'm like, dude, let me put an outline on this. And they're like, no, just make it blue. And I'm like, yeah, ugh. You know, I'm not a fan of color at all, almost at all anymore. I like it in traditional tattoos, I always will. But just like when you look at certain colors healed over time, they look bad. They look cheesy almost, like they're like what a crayon would put in the skin. But that's just how I feel about it nowadays. Next, okay, let's hear what some tatters think the worst thing that could happen during a tattoo is.
Allie, what is the worst thing that could happen while tattooing?
The client farting on you.
Oh my God, dude, if clients don't fart on you, that's crazy, dude. I get farted on all the time, dude. Little stinkers with their little shit asses farting all the time. Yeah, I mean, that's what clients do.
Johnny, what is the worst possible thing to happen while tattooing?
The worst thing that can happen while you're tattooing is when you're planning on a big 6-hour session that you spend all night drawing on, and the very first touch of the needle, the customer flinches, and you realize right away it's going to be a long journey. You have to not only create a tattoo, but emotionally carry a client through the entire journey. It's exhausting. But what are you going to do? Send them packing? You got to get them through it. It's hard.
Okay, so is it the worst thing that could ever happen? No, I don't think so. I'll try and figure out what the worst thing that could happen is. But it is a pain in the ass when a client signs up for something that's pretty big and you're like, bro, you're not this fucking guy, dude, okay? Or this girl. I just say that, imagine we were speaking in Spanish. You're not this person, okay? You are not gonna have a big tattoo type of person. You're a small, dainty person, okay? And that's because you can't handle it. So when clients do sign up for shit like that, I'm like, fuck no. Is it the worst thing that could happen? No, because I'm just gonna be like, I'm not doing the tattoo. Send you packing, son. You better get through it like a fucking big adult person,
Memphis, what is the worst thing to happen during a tattoo?
Probably a client passing out, but with that being said, it's never happened to me. It happened one time, and it was before the tattoo even started. And I think the most important thing is just to make sure your client feels comfortable and that you just make sure that they know that they're safe. I don't think it has anything to do with pain. It has all to do with it. People pass out from a tattoo for the same reason why they pass out during a public speech. It's just all in your head, being overwhelmed.
Okay, so if a tattooer hasn't had people pass out, they haven't been tattooing long enough, okay? I've had tons of people pass out. Yeah, he's probably right, mostly to do with like the overthinking, the overwhelmed type of feeling, but that's not even a bad thing. Dude, just fucking wake them up, let them fucking hang out, be like, hey, it never happens twice, and just keep going. Even if they do pass out twice, like, fuck it. Keep letting them pass out. Who cares? They're gonna be fine. As long as they don't piss themselves. We're gonna get through this tattoo appointment. I don't know in Mexico, people are typically drinking a bunch and out in the sun, so by the time they come get their tattoo on like the last day of their trip, they're pretty beat to shit. Their body is like all worn out, so they're usually primed and ready to pass out. And I go like, let's fucking do it. But yeah, not the worst thing that could happen.
Aaliyah, what is the worst thing that could happen when tattooing?
When you just started the tattoo, like you put the needle to skin and they're like, oh, I have to be out in like an hour.
Okay, to me, the worst thing that could happen during a tattoo is the person doesn't like it. Like, hey, that seems pretty fucking straightforward. They have to live with that shit for the rest of their life. I want them to like the tattoo. I think that's the worst thing that could happen. Or they not pay me, one or the other. Both of those, yeah. And if they're trying not to pay me because they don't like the tattoo, well, fuck them, they're paying up, dude. Let's watch this.
Grab your box, drag it up to the top, and then ungrab it and grab it again.
Okay, so it says Paul D's Tattoo Training Academy. You always keep the training lighthearted, day 3. Okay, so there's 2 things here. I don't know if this is tattoo training for tattooers, which is very common. A lot of people in the tattoo world have done seminars and things like that. I got no problem with that. Not weird at all to me. But if this is like tattoo school, like they don't know how to tattoo at all, I'd be like, oh, I just hate this. But let's listen.
Grab your box, drag it up to the top, and then ungrab it and grab it again. I can't keep saying grab it when this is the shape. Do I need to, should I draw a different shape? You made me one, G. Better be the best brew I've ever swigged. What are you laughing at, girl? It is they are bullets. Look at that fucking blue sky, guys. It's the right day for shorts. Every day is a perfect day for shorts. Is everyone happy so far?
Tattooers, dude. We got the humor of a 12-year-old. If a tattooer is running a tattoo school, I just cannot stress how dumb of a fucking idea that is. Because anytime you run a tattoo school, you're giving permission to young people to go fuck people up, okay? It's different than an apprenticeship where you're like, dude, I'm gonna be pretty hands-on with you for at least an extended period of time. Where tattoo schools are like, I'm gonna be with you for 3 days and then I'm gonna send you into the world to fuck up your neighborhood. And all the kids you grew up with are gonna get shit-ass tattoos because I said it's okay as a tattoo teacher. As a tat lord, I've definitely had a lot of apprentices in a short period of time. For me, it worked. I have amazing tattooer kids. They're all great and they're gonna make amazing tattooers. Also, They're not all from the same goddamn country or place or anything like that. A lot of the idea around not teaching too many tattooers is because you don't want to oversaturate a place where you live, right? If you're in LA and you have 5 apprentices, it's like, fuck, dude, there's already 500 million tattooers in this small square space. Do we really need any more tattooers there? Not really. My apprentices are from all over the world. One's from America, I needed an American, one's from South Africa, and one's from Argentina. Okay, I'm not oversaturating one place, and this is hella me making a ton of excuses on why I did what I did, but fuck it. They're rad as fuck tattooers, and they're gonna be bitching. Plus, they're gonna take all the shit they learned from me, an American, and take it around the world and do their best to progress what I think is good tattooing in the world. But tattoo schools are not that. They're just shitty. They're just dumb. And anybody who participates in them, you can rest assured. No, you can be sure about this one fact. They're doing it for the money, okay? That's it. That's it, okay? And what they're really doing is fucking up their own playground, right? They're taking a shit in their backyard by teaching everybody how to tattoo in that one small area, and then they're fucking up all those tattoos on all those poor people. So, yeah, shitty, dumb childhood humor by a shitty, dumb tatter, probably. Or a tattoo seminar. Then it's just shitty, dumb tattoo humor for a seminar. Whatever. Next. John Terrantori? Don't know how to pronounce that. But it's a dumb, I'm gonna say tardy lion holding a clock. Now I would say the full word, but we'd get in trouble on YouTube. So I'm just gonna say tardy, okay? I love this tattoo. Honestly. Just a funny, dumb, goofball tattoo of a dumb lion holding a clock, which is how I feel about even if they did a portrait of it. It's just a bad tattoo, dude. It's overplayed. Once the tattoo's gotten to this place where you could do a dumb drawing like this and everybody knows exactly what it's supposed to be, your tattoo's played out, okay? And why they have to have blue eyes always will be a mystery. It's one of the great mysteries of the universe. Why does a dumb lion need blue eyes? Do they even have blue eyes? Let's see. Let me Google this. What's the color of a lion's eyes? Most lions have yellow eyes, although they can have blue eyes. My mind is blown. I guess that's where it comes from. Fuck lions if they're blue-eyed. These Aryan-ass lions, dude, wearing crowns. What does that even mean, bro? What does that mean? I don't know. Don't like these racist lions, okay? Just kittens, just kittens. See what I did there? Just kittens because they're lions. They're not racist lions. They don't have a race. They're stupid lions. Next. The most crazy portrait thing. Now, I have talked about Victoria Lee probably more than any other tattooer. Maybe there's a handful of tattooers I've talked about more, but she's on that internet game. She also does a lot of color realism, so I'll talk shit about her, and then she'll do some black and gray shit, and I won't talk shit about her. I'll say how great she is. But, you know, like as far as tattooing goes, she's very skilled, absolutely dumb when it comes to the color portrait stuff because they just look like trash no matter what. But this is probably gonna be a pretty good goofball, dumb as shit tattoo, and I'm in for it. I like it. I appreciate the goofiness and the playfulness of this person getting it, and I like everything about it. You know, using white with a black and gray tattoo isn't the worst thing in the world, but using white as the tattoo, dumb as shit, okay? On to the next. Okay, I snuck this in here. It looks more like a picture. It's Morius May. She's, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but just phenomenal tattooing. I'm just gonna leave it there for a second. Enjoy this beautiful dragon. I love this tattoo. This dragon samurai fighting, dude, just great. On to the next. Fuck, dude. What should this video be called? When people put dumb blue shit in dumb blue things' eyes? You know, it's the client's fault. It's your guys' fault at home that they pick dumbass blue shit to put in their goddamn eyes. I hate it, okay? This is just an all-around bad tattoo. We gotta do it every once in a while. Just gotta be like, hey, that's bad. Hey, be careful out there. You don't wanna be this person. They exist. This person's out there doing tats in your hometown. And what you don't want is a tat from this person. Ugh. Fuck me, dude. When I see tattoos like this, I want to become a garbage man. I say, fuck tattooing, I'm gonna be a garbage man. I'd rather pick up trash and throw it in the back of a truck than do tattoos, because this is also a tattoo and I don't want to be a part of it. Shit. Next. Okay, someone wants to look like a little kid's notebook. Okay, I'm gonna try not to make fun of this person too much. Maybe they're getting this for the kids and that's adorable. But the color outline thing, I can't get down on it. And realistically, I just go like, this is one of the fucking weirdest things I've seen, dude. Why are you putting little kid stuff all around your chesticles? You know, I try not to be a sexist guy, you know? Like, I don't want to be sexist. No one wants to be sexist. And one of those things that I always make fun of dudes for is getting little kid tattoos. Because one, I find it kind of weird, you know? Like, ugh, you're getting a little kid tattoos? Like, I don't know. It kind of throws you off because you're like a man. And most men are getting like tough guy tats. And maybe that's just my own dumb biasness. Being like, hey dude, if a tattoo's not tough, maybe you shouldn't get it. Maybe getting kid stuff is okay. But I do go like, ugh, gives me an ick. And because of that, I'm gonna share that ick with the female gender, okay? Don't get little kid tats, okay? I'm gonna be sexist not to men this time. I'm gonna spread the hate around men and women, okay? Chesticle kids tats. Next you need a SpongeBob. Oh wow, that's a blacked out paw. A little footsie, little toesy. This little piggy went to go get blacked out. Okay, hey, good for them. That looks black. It looks like the bottom of the foot. I've never seen one that looks as good as this. Not even remotely as good as that. So hey, that's a blacked out foot. I hope isn't some clever trick to get Kirk to be like a buffoon on the internet. Not that anyone needs to trick me to be a buffoon on the internet, because I am a buffoon on the internet. But wow, yeah, that looks great. Good for them. Next. Winnie the Drew. Drew? I don't know really how to say that. There is no fucking way that any tattoo is worth this here. It's absolutely disgusting. Every single human involved in this shit should be ashamed of themselves. They suck. I hope tattooing would stop doing anesthesia tats. And like, look at how fucking pathetic this person looks. I mean, I will never say a nice thing about anybody who gets anesthesia tats. Whether you're Post Malone, and I like Post Malone, there's plenty of them I like, or, you know, I don't even know this guy. Maybe I would like this guy. Pathetic, okay? If you cannot handle a little tattoo pain, don't. But you know what they really are doing here? They're testing out anesthesia on themselves so that they could sell anesthesia to you poor suckers at home for an extra $25,000 cost. Anytime you see a tattooer getting anesthesia tats, know that it's not for them and it's for their future clients who they're gonna be responsible for killing, okay? These people are the worst. And anybody involved in it at all is a shitbag, and they deserve to get hit in the balls with my foot. I hope you guys have a beautiful few days, because I will see you in a few days. I will see you then, and we'll have a good time. Or we won't. And we'll have a good time anyways. Catch you later.